A really big, interesting reaction out of Apex fans, players, pros, YouTubers, everything once Apex announced that this was returning, that being ALGS. But not all were good, and some were very mixed, along with ImperialHal saying why he thinks the game is currently very boring, and of course your golden nuggets. First off, don't forget I'm giving away 1,000 Apex coins every single video. All you gotta do is like the video, comment down below, and make sure you're subscribed because I'm only picking people that are subscribed. I picked 8 people from the last video, spun a wheel of all the names that I picked, and the winner was Lee Fleming. So make sure to reach out to me on Discord or Twitter to claim your prize. And once again, like I said, I'm doing it again on this video. All you gotta do is comment down below, make sure you're subscribed, and like the video. Also, the gameplay you're seeing in the background was actually no attachment challenge I did over on Facebook, so enjoy the background gameplay. Okay, so let's start it off with the big announcement that did happen. So it started off with Apex Legends Esports. You guys know, I think we talked about it a couple of weeks ago. Basically, they postponed all of their events due to the Ukraine-Russia situation. Obviously, we have some competitors that are located over in Ukraine. Some of them were even commenting saying that they were hearing missiles outside of their house and stuff. So obviously they postponed it because they wanted them to stay safe. They wanted them to, you know, kind of set their priorities. Obviously they got bigger issues to worry about right now than playing Apex. So that's why they decided to postpone it for a little bit. Well, yesterday they came out and said this: ALGS community will resume competition for North America, South America, APAC North, and APAC South starting this Saturday, March 12th. Due to the evolving crisis in Ukraine and the region, EMEA competitors will remain paused. We will provide an update on EMEA as soon as we can. So obviously when this was announced, there was a big reaction for good reason, but on both sides of the spectrum. You had some people that were really angry as always, but I'll tell you why, and then some people that were really happy. First off, Nick Burks was just obviously very excited, and a lot of people other like him it just said, you know, like, no way, I can't wait for this, see you on game day. Even a member from Alliance, which I think is actually in that EMEA region, said sucks, but it's the correct call and I can't wait to watch other regions compete. And actually most people seem to be very supportive of the idea of still remaining EMEA as postponed but letting the other regions compete. But what the outroar was the fact that it was very late notice. Tech actually replied, said 4 days of notice, just screw the people who work jobs or students who have crap to do, with a reply from JMeyels saying, I've made a good amount of excuses for EA, but this is some BS. Doesn't matter that this is one of the original Pro League dates. There needs to be more notice ahead of time that the regular schedule is resuming. And then another pro, Farmerlucas, took it to Twitter and said, I appreciate Respawn wanting to resume ALGS as soon as possible, but we play a game where only 25% of NA pro players are making enough to consider it their full-time job. I do my schooling remotely, so it doesn't really affect me as much, but more than a 4 days notice was definitely needed. It's very weird. I was thinking about this morning. If you guys don't know my past, I used to like kind of make somewhat of a pro attempt back in season 2, and I thought it was crazy just looking back how I just casually played in games with TSM and RG and would win a lot of those because I was very, you know, I was cracked back in the day, but obviously I didn't have time for that, and I'm really glad I didn't take that route, because for me, when I look at it, I really feel like the pro players in this game are not really treated that well. You have players that are placing consistently well that you would think, okay, obviously they're very, very good and they do consistent enough, they surely do this full time, but they're not making like hardly anything. But there's also another side to it that maybe it's because there's way too many pros in this game. When you look at games like Call of Duty, Valorant, it's a lot harder to become a pro because there's a lot less people that are allowed to be pro, because it's only, you know, 5 people per team. Call of Duty 4 people per team, Rocket League 3 people per team, and there's not 60 pros in the lobby at once. I mean, you're looking at games that have maybe 30 to 60 pros all in all. In Apex, you got, you know, 60 pros in one game in one region at one time, and that's not even all the pros for that region. So I can definitely see how it's probably hard for all the pros at that level to have a good sustainable income. But right before all of this went down, something else happened that was very, very juicy. Some DMs getting leaked out from a Respawn developer. First off, ImperialHal said this: Apex has been very boring recently. The influx of bad players in ranked has been insane, where the lobbies are just filled with half good teams or 90% master players the entire team. I'm guessing the changes that were asked for a while now are now showing the consequences. Hopefully the ranked system is changed drastically, or a lot of people will lose interest in ranked. Maybe I'm the only one that has been feeling that way, but from playing every day, the last 2 splits has just been glorified pubs to me. But the insane part were the replies to this. This is coming from Skyrose, and he replied literally a DM screenshot from a dev. He said straight from the devs, and this is what the DMs say. He said, not only is it a direction change in the game design and rank system, demotions also destroy the entire RP economy. So he's talking about demotions and why they don't want to bring demotions into play in Apex. He said, imagine a designer having to pitch that to a director, and what amount of work, socialization, alignment, preparation have to go into making sure leadership is comfortable with a change like that, which could potentially be negative for one of the most popular queue in the game. Making the change itself in code is easy. It's the implication side effect trade-offs that people don't understand. I'm not going to make that change that improves the experience for 0.1% of the players and destroys the experience for 90% of the other players. Now, I'll give it to him. He tried to hide the identity of the guy by covering up his profile picture and all, but it was very obvious who this was because there's a specific guy for the ranked system. He also called himself out by replying to these comments, which is Aaron L, who's the ranked guy for Apex Legends, and he says, I guess DMs are no longer meant to be private. Also, the part he didn't post was the initial question saying, I don't understand how we have so many rank changes and the clear obvious one is demotion and it gets ignored time and time again. And honestly, Garrett Leaks had a really good response to this, saying leaking DMs with devs can only lead to better communication and transparency, right? What was your thought process here? And he's definitely right. You should not have done this because now you're going to have a lot less likelihood of devs speaking with communities, knowing that there's a chance that they might throw their name under the dirt. Also in the news, you guys probably saw it a couple days ago, there was a very heated discussion between two people on Twitter, and one of them was Inhuman and the other one was G2's very own Designful. I don't want to talk about it too much because it's kind of old and apparently was very controversial, but to be honest with you, there's clear issues with both sides. Inhuman is no doubtably a guy who likes to troll and post controversial stuff on Twitter to farm impressions, which I mean I understand, but at the same time, if you can't take what you're dishing out, then you probably need to stop. But then also on the other hand, as Designful, I mean, you're representing a competitive professional organization and you're acting like this. It's a little odd. I mean, especially when you're saying, let me catch you at TwitchCon, buddy. I mean, that's like the most Weenie Hut Jr. thing I've ever seen. I mean, that's equivalent to like, yo, let me catch you at the Bakugan Invitationals 2013, buddy. There were so many people that tagged me in the story, so thank you all for doing that, but Orbit's the one that I saved specifically. Regardless, I believe both sides here have really weird issues. It was amazing to me that people were actually taking one side or the other when it was very clear that both of these people are weirdos. All right, and lastly, the golden nugget, man, I've been so excited to tell you about this golden nugget. I don't know why, because it doesn't really affect us directly. However, it's something that's I mean it kind of does. It's big stuff. So if you guys have not seen this already, I retweeted a couple days ago. Snoop Dogg himself is now in FaZe Clan. I mean, what is going on in 2022? This is the most 2022 thing I've ever seen. The fact that FaZe Clan is now actually captured Snoop Dogg himself. I mean, this would be pretty sick to start seeing celebrities, you know, just casually joining gaming organizations and making them bigger. And like the thing is, they didn't just grab a big guy. I mean, it's Snoop Dogg, like literally one of the biggest of all time. Like imagine if Eminem just joined like Optic tomorrow, or imagine if like Dr. Dre just joined TSM. That'd just be absolutely insane. I'm still surprised that FaZe was able to do this, but I thought it was pretty interesting. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe and comment down below. Make sure you're subscribed when you comment so that you can be entered into a chance to win the giveaway. I'll be picking another winner in the next video. I'll see you all in the next one. Have a great rest of your day. It's Vibrate, only positivity. Make sure to go down in the comments and make someone's day better, not worse, and lift them up. Don't bring them down. And this is just another reminder because it hasn't been said in a while and I know someone's going to bring it up. Bro, you say Vibrate, only positivity, but you're over here like talking all this negative stuff about Apex, bro. Need to remind you that the positivity is talking to each other, interacting with the community down in the comments, you know, having mannerful discussions, not arguing in the comments, even if it's about someone that I said, you know, is weird on the video today. But if I translated that into just only talking about positive news and making everything positive on the news, then we would just be spreading misinformation. So I'll see you all in the next one. Have a great rest of your day, and until next time, later, Gators.